All right, we're gonna try to record this. Obviously, the trade, the mega trade, is in the periphery at this point. Harden has joined the Brooklyn Nets just as he wanted. Um, this this has two ways of ending, and only two. It's gonna end very good, the start of a dynasty, or it is going to implode. Okay, now I don't know in a truncated season marred by COVID, no training camp, James Harden overweight, uninspired, Kyrie off who the hell knows where. Seems like the KD coming off of a major surgery after 2 years off. Your depth has been severely compromised by this trade. Your defense, your role players have been compromised. So I can be a naysayer and say this is all negative. However, you have paired three of the top, arguably 10 best players together. But remember the Miami Heat. They're not four, they're not five, they're not six, they're not seven championship Miami Heat. They only ended up winning, I think, two. They struggled in the beginning. There was a little bit of an alpha thing going on between LeBron and Dwayne Wade. It wasn't until Dwayne Wade said, "You are the man, LeBron. I am your Robin. I've been here longer. I've won a championship without you. You're the man." Same thing happened in Golden State until Draymond, Steph Curry, and Clay went to KD and said, "You're taking those last shots. You're the man." They did not do well. So I want to preface this by saying that unless James Harden, Kyrie Irving say to KD, "You are the man. You're taking the final shots. We are going to follow you into battle," this is not going to work. Now, remember that KD and James Harden spent the summer together and came up with this plot. They even thought about trade scenarios. Think about that. They even thought about trade scenarios. So, have they discussed this very important part of this trip? I don't know. We're going to find out shortly if we discussed it. As far as Nets management is concerned, they've done this already. Or the previous management. Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and I don't remember the third person. I think it was Jason Terry, whatever. They were a lot older, but they gave up a lot of draft capital. That took them years, Sean Marks years to do it. They're doing this again, but with a younger team and with better players. So there's a lot of moving pieces. I don't see them winning a championship this year. Bookmark this and correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't know how you gel all those moving pieces and win a championship. I don't see you beating the Lakers. Could they get to the finals? 1,000%. Milwaukee chokes in the playoffs every year until they prove otherwise. They're choke artists. The Miami Heat won in a bubble environment, and that Miami Heat culture is all about being strong up here. Anything that you understand about Pat Riley led franchises and teams, you're going to be mentally strong. So they, in their minds, the Heat were a few years away in their minds of contending. They were saving up their cap space for Giannis, who ended up re-signing with the Bucks. They still made it to the finals. They're still around, a year older and savvier. Boston has not had Kemba Walker all year. They're a challenge. The East is inching away at the West. So can Harden and Irving put aside their egos and allow KD to be the man? Excuse me. That's the biggest concern. So as we watch what happens for the rest of the year, keep in mind how they play, how they defer. Do they move the ball? Do they dribble? Are they willing to defend? And are they willing to put team success first? If they can accomplish all this, they can get up to the finals this year. They will not beat the Lakers if they're healthy. It's just not happening. No one in the league is. So we'll see. Next year is something else. Next year they have the potential to win because they can add pieces in the offseason. They can use this season to gel, establish the hierarchy, and see how they work. But I, just like any other NBA fan, am excited to see this. And it's going to be quite interesting. We're going to see. This is, again, two ways it's going to end. Spectacular or in flames. There's no middle ground. There's no, oh, they were okay, they made it to the Eastern Conference Final. No. It's championship or bust. And Harden, after this, is never allowed to open his mouth and bitch and moan about his partners, who's there, he doesn't have enough. I don't want to hear it. Your whining after this experiment is over. If this experiment fails, you are to keep your mouth shut for the rest of time, collect your checks, go to the strip club, and shut the hell up. No more excuses, buddy. No more. No more. KD's won. Kyrie's won. You're the only one that hasn't won. You have the pieces now. Nobody wants to hear your mouth afterwards. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, let me know what you think.